Hello, this is Coffee Break with Ninita, a daily guide of coping skills that gets us through by making us strong. Coffee Break with Ninita is going to be dedicated to Joe. We are going to call it Having a Cup of Coffee with Joe. The reason why I'm doing that, the reason why StayWHOLE is doing that, is because we are very deeply sad that Joe is no longer with us. Joe was a owner of a Dunkin Donuts, and he was the one that will welcome each and every of his customers with a smile, a warm hello, and asking, "Are we having culata for today? How about a dozen donuts?" And he will always have sweetness in his words, and he and his wife always were very cordial and very helpful to each and every of customer that ever came to their store. Joe was the one who on Sundays, when on my way to church, I would stop by and get a box of munchkins, and they were for my Sunday school class. And I remember several times, not couple times, several times when he saw me, he will give me two boxes and he will say, "The one is from me to your students." This was who Joe was. And I'm bringing him up because very often we tend to take people for granted as if they're always going to be part of our lives. And we want to remember that every day, every time we are face to face with a positive experience, we want to treasure it because we don't know if we are going to have it again tomorrow. I want us to talk more about Joe in the form of how goodness and kindness impacts people. Sometimes we are busy at work, and when we come in contact with other people, very often we sort of having a monotonous delivery going on with the business transaction and giving as little of us as needed. But I do like Joe's ways. Joe, like I described before, was the one that really valued the person who was having business with. It was that kind of attitude of, you are not the one that I'm trying to sell my coffee and my donuts, but you're a person. And I'm interested in your personal interests, likes, even if it is what kind of coffee you drink. John knew the secret of what makes a relationship a relationship. Even though it was very brief, up to the point where it was the business transaction was completed, Joe's ways left an impact in his customers' life, so that after they will leave the store with their cup of coffee or the donuts in their hands, they still remembered and thought of his smile and of his words. Why can't we all do the same thing? When the way we talk to people, the way we relate to people, the way people relate to us, leave a footprint on our soul, and our hearts, the same footprint that Joe's behavior has left to his customers. It is the way we relate to others that make us be remembered. It is the way that others relate to us that cause us to think of them. Now, I'm sure that Joe, during his career as an owner of Dunkin Donuts, had several people come to the store talking on the cell phone, being very uninvolved, and putting their order and leaving without having an eye contact or saying a kind word to him, and they missed out. What I mean by that is when we give of ourselves to others, not only others benefit, but we benefit. One time I remember telling him, Joe, you're always such a positive person. You have to be very happy. And he said to me, I am happy because I have many friends. I'm not from this country, but I made friends in this country. My customers are my friends. And he spoke beautifully when he said that his customers are his friends, and made me think, how often do we say, I don't have any friends, because we are waiting from others to reach out to us and warm our hearts. Joe was not waiting from his customers to warm his heart. Joe's heart was such a love-giving, warmth-giving source to his customers. He himself will start the conversation. He himself remembered everything that the customer shared with him, like the fact that every Sunday I will be going by to get the donuts because I was taking them to my Sunday school class. He remembered. It was one time when he said to me, oh, so early you're having donuts. Do you want coffee? I said, no, I'm going to church. I'm not going to have coffee yet. I will come later for coffee. And then he understood that I wanted the donuts for my class, for my Sunday school class. And that only happened once. And the following Sunday, he had the box of donuts, of munchkins, ready for me when he saw me coming into the store. And then he started giving me two, one from him and the one I was purchasing. Sometimes we feel that what qualifies us to give to others is if they deserve it. We wait for others to prove to us that they deserve our love, our attention, our consideration. Joe taught me a different lesson. He did not have to wait to see if I deserved kindness. He gave it anyway. And this is why I wanted to dedicate, StayWHOLE wants to dedicate the coffee break with Ninita to Joe and have a cup of coffee in his memory.
We thank you for listening to Coffee Break with Ninita. Our goal is to help our StayWHOLE community work through their challenges. Please join this cause by supporting us on Patreon. You can do that for the price of just 1 cup of coffee per month. Just click on the Patreon link in the podcast description below, or simply visit us at www.patreon.com/StayWHOLE. We appreciate you and hope we can help you stay whole.